From the subreddit TwoXChromosomes. Ladies, sit the fuck down. I'm a woman. I manage 2 restaurants. I work all the fucking time. So inevitably, I end up in a public restroom stall. Let me say, I nag my staff about keeping the bathrooms clean. Personally, I think it's very important. I understand your desire to sit on a clean seat. So why are you hovering just above, spraying piss all over the seat and the floor? Ladies, it's safe to sit. And I know it's my fault for not checking before I sit, but I'm overworked and I'm tired, and if I have to spend one more night tracking piss through the restaurant on the soles of my slip proofs or wiping someone else's piss off my ass, please, just sit the fuck down. I called a woman out for this. She was like, just wipe it off, and I told her nobody wants to touch your piss on a seat, you wipe that shit off. She was all embarrassed cause the bathroom was packed like, bitch, no one else wants to wipe your piss up. Also, if you have a shower head like spray of pee instead of a nice stream, then do a pre-wipe, front to back, to get your labia straightened out. Part of their function is to help you have a nice straight stream of pee. Tight clothing and underwear can push them out of place and cause a shower head spray. We have a person who hovers at work and leaves a mess for the next person. So disgusting and selfish. I totally don't get why anyone would need to hover, but if you must, at least clean after yourself, you gross individual. As a PT, I can say it's not good for your pelvic floor, either. It's more difficult to fully empty your bladder if you're keeping your muscles tense to maintain a squatting position. Urine retention can cause UTIs, and the added stress on your pelvic floor, especially if you try to push the urine out, can cause muscular issues over time. Just sit down. Amen. 1000% amen. And flush. Use your hand. Use your foot. Use a clean piece of TP, I don't care, but flush. Once upon a time I was 8 years old, and my classmate and I went to the bathroom at school in a pair, as kids often do at this age. I noticed that she doesn't flush the toilet when she's done, so I remind her to flush as we are going to wash our hands. She looked at me and said, that's the janitor's job. That's when I learned about socioeconomic privilege and how it can create really horrible attitudes. At the time I was just completely blown away that someone would be so disgusting as to expect someone to come flush their waste for them. Why don't women who hover just lift the seat up? Real question, I always wondered this. Hover pissers are their own reason for being. They hover to pee, get it everywhere, and then must continue to hover because, shock, there's urine all over everything. Having cleaned cinema bathrooms for less than a week before quitting in disgust, yes, I support this message. Also, if you're gonna cover the seat with toilet paper, flush it when you're done and don't just leave it there like a fucking garland. I think about Alex Borstein's Emmy "If you sit, we can all sit" speech all the time. Ladies, when you use a public restroom, sit down. If you sit, we can all sit. Stop peeing on the seat. I always get looked at so weird when I say I never hover. I don't know if I just talk to the wrong people, but they're always like, you just let that toilet seat touch your skin? Like, yes? My butt is going back into my pants and I shower often enough, thank you very much. I'm not trying to eat off of my own butt skin, nor do I touch it after washing my hands. Weren't you taught in primary school that public toilet seats contain way fewer germs than cell phones, shopping carts, door handles, etc.? So I sit. But I also wipe the seat 100% of the time before I sit, because when you flush most public toilets, it shoots water and pee all over anyway. Holy shit, why is this a thing? At my university, the girls' washroom in one building in particular was awful. I'd often end up sitting on people's piss. Just, always pee on the seats. I ended up writing on the stall, sit on it, don't piss on it. And it started a long thread of back and forth debate on that stall. Seriously, PPL that were pro-squatting were scared of contracting some STI or some shit. Does everyone that hovers not simply clean off the seat afterwards or lift the seat? This thread is really making me feel better about my public bathroom habits. Many years ago I was traveling with a friend in Japan and I commented how nice it is to have warm toilet seats even in public toilets. She looked at me like I had grown a second head and started ranting about how gross it is to actually sit down on a public seat. Us from big cities know better. She's from a major US city, how you can catch diseases from toilet seats. I wondered if maybe this was true and I just didn't know because I'm from a super small town and my mother never told me. I tried hovering the next few times but found it awkward, so I gave up and just hoped I wouldn't catch anything. I'm so relieved to see it's not actually a thing everyone does. Did no one else learn to cover the seat with a piece of toilet paper? As a bathroom cleaner, please. Also stop putting your toilet paper in the trash can. Literally every one of my friends hovers and thinks it's disgusting that I don't, so I've never had hope that it will stop at large. I have ingrained it so deeply in my psyche that I wipe every toilet seat before use, not at home, that I haven't sat on urine in years. I know it sucks, but you need to accept defeat and you will be more at peace. I do think these people should at least wipe the seat after they hover, but I will never trust them to do so. Someone at work hovers and it's always nice to walk in and see she's on her period. BC there's blood droplets on the toilet. Nasty. I think everyone should ask themselves how often they scrub their toilet down completely, because most businesses clean their bathrooms daily/nightly. I sure as shit don't clean mine at home every day. One of the best things I've ever seen in a stall is a Lysol dispenser. It looked like a soap dispenser, but it enabled you to clean the seat before/after. I once walked into the restroom at a former workplace to find actual shit sprayed all over the walls of the stall. Some seat hoverer had a bout of diarrhea and just walked out without saying a damn thing. My runner-up bathroom horror story is the time at a drugstore, cleaning the bathrooms at the end of the day, to find handprints of smeared feces and the word hello written on the wall in dull red with a bloody tampon laying on the floor. If you're going to hover, lift the seat. When I worked in the restaurant industry, the women's washroom was always worse than the men's washroom. Piss all over the seats from hovering, plugged toilets from flush tampons/pads, bloody pads half hanging out of the little garbage can in the stall, dirty diapers and shit-covered change tables. The people hovering for their hygiene are actually the ones making it dirty. If you think about it, you wouldn't be that bothered about touching thighs with a stranger. I mean, legs aren't that dirty. If you do sports, you've probably done similar things with strangers, stretching, scrumming, who knows. But once it comes to the toilet, even though genitals and anus don't touch the seat, people act as though it's exceptionally dirty. It isn't. I still feel like a lot of the pee splash on public toilets is due to the fact that most public toilets spray water everywhere when they flush. I can see the huge drops jump out of the toilet and land on the seat/floor as I'm leaving the stall. I haven't personally come across actual urine pooled on a toilet seat, but I believe it does happen since I find poop on toilet seats all too often. Or, if you are going to cover, lift the seat up first, the way well-mannered men do when they stand to pee in the toilet. Or just straighten the curtains. Like too many women don't know because it's impolite to speak of, so I'm going to yell it. Labia get bunched up. Crooked. Balled up. Whatnot throughout the day. If you hover piss, please just take a second and unfurl your vulva. You can piss straight. You can piss neatly standing completely up. You can do it. I went camping with a family of 4 girls when I was a kid. They taught me how to drop my pants. Push your hips out. Aim down a hill and piss standing. Stop accepting what men have told you about your vagina, your vulva and your ability to pee without spraying everywhere. Okay. I feel better. I agree. I used to work in the service industry. I loathed cleaning the women's restroom 100x more than the men's. With men's, there was a 0.1% odd chance there would be some turd on the floor or some stupid teenage shenanigans. With women's, there was %100 chance I would be cleaning splattered pee, poop, and unflushed clogged toilets. Ladies, take it from a man, if you are not going to sit to pee, then lift up the seat. I get so angry in public restrooms. When people don't clean after themselves or the fact that they don't flush. Fucking disgusting. If you don't want to sit down, then at least put toilet paper as a barrier to do so, or just clean up after. If you don't want to touch your own piss, what makes you think someone else does? Makes me so flabbergasted how gross people are. Sometimes I can't even stand being in a public restroom cause the smell is just so bad. I just walk back out. Worked at a place once that built a brand new bathroom that was right by where we worked, super nice, clean, and super convenient. Within a day someone had hovered and pissed all over the seat and left it. I can kind of understand the hovering, as a trans woman having been in both bathrooms now, I know people are fucking gross. But goddammit, just clean up after yourself. WTF. The toilet paper is free, at least wipe it up. Goes for the men too. The amount of men who piss absolutely everywhere and refuse to clean it up is too damn high. Just grab a wad of toilet paper and wipe the seat, then sit down. You're gonna wash your hands after, so that should be problem solved. Can't upvote this enough. This right here is one of the great failings of our gender. Seat pissers are also responsible for all of the toilet paper we have to waste. So much toilet paper used up to wipe your shit like you're a little baby, and now public restrooms, in NYC at least, are implementing those automatic plastic seat covers that can replaced with a push of a button. So much fucking plastic. All because too many women are ingrained with this idiotic idea that everyone's hamstrings are somehow dirty as shit, so they gotta piss all over public property like a broken lawn sprinkler. Seat pissers, stop being stupid little princesses, spreading your waste and killing the environment, and just kindly sit your ass down, thanks. /Indra